We're getting a behind-the-scenes look at the Little Shell Powwow. Organizer Toni Jo joins us to share the significance and stories behind this tradition. That's coming up on this episode of We're No Damn Experts.
Best damn podcast, the best damn town. You want to get up, get ready to get down. With its big wide sky and the wild river Thames, if you want to go, we can take you there to Great Falls, Montana.
Welcome to the greatest damn town in Montana, Great Falls. I'm Rebecca Ingham.
I'm Shannon Newth,
And we're No Damn Experts. Happy Friday.
It is Friday.
Yes.
Recording on a Friday. You'll hear this on a Friday if you download it and listen to it on a Friday. It comes out on Fridays.
And this is a topic we've hinted around about a number of times, but we've never done a deep dive on this topic. So I'm pretty stoked.
I'm very excited.
Well, I'm also very nervous because there's very little I know about this topic. So I'm going to ask a lot of questions, and they're probably going to be the stupid questions.
Okay.
So people, when I say there's
handle it.
no stupid questions, there might be.
Yeah.
And our guest might go, well, that's a stupid question, but here's the answer. And the benefit for you as a listener, I'm asking them so you don't have to.
So you don't have to feel stupid. That's the environment we have here for you. Yes. And with that, our guest, which we're so excited to welcome, Toni Jo. Toni, thanks so much for being here.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, and you came bearing gifts.
We love gifts.
We love gifts. Can you, because we don't have the visual component to our podcast yet, so we're testing you here. Can you describe and tell us this gift that you brought us?
Okay, it's a braid of sweetgrass. Sweetgrass represents grandmother's or Mother Earth's hair.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
When you do the braid, it's like a normal braid of hair with the 3 strands, and each strand has 7 pieces, 7 stalks to it.
Oh, okay.
Because then you follow grandfather's 7 teachings.
Oh.
Okay. Thank you for that background, because I've seen these. I know that they're special and significant, but I did not know the intricacies of the number in the braids and the strings. That's really neat.
I have received braided sweetgrass as a gift in the past, but I've never known that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's neat.
So before we dig into the big topic, let's get to know you a little bit, Toni Jo. We want to know who's the first person you ever held hands with, what your passions and dreams were when you were 10 up until the time you were 20, and how they've changed. Or you could just cover some big highlights of, where are you from the area, what things you like to do, how you got involved in what you're working on, what drives passion, because I know the sweetgrass was from a class that you just taught. So there's something hidden there. So take it over, Toni Jo.
Well, I'm originally from Havre, born and raised, Blue Pony.
Yeah. We chatted about this before we hit record. Yeah.
And graduated 50 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I graduated in 76. So it's been a while. And then I left Havre, moved to Rhode Island for 11 years.
Oh my gosh.
And my daughter lives out there. My son, when he got out of the Marines, returned to Havre. So I've got 2 granddaughters that live in Havre and a grandson that lives in Glasgow. And when I moved back from Rhode Island, Havre they didn't have it, despite what the bumper stickers say. So I moved to Great Falls.
Okay.
And I live about 10 miles out of town towards Vaughan.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
And
you got a little bit of property so you can keep people away from you?
I wish.
No,
that's not quite. No, we have a development that just came up behind us, and got the interstate and the frontage road and the railroad tracks and another. Yeah, no.
Yeah, there's a lot of industry happening around
there's
you.
a lot coming out there. But it is what it is, and you just learn how to play the traffic.
So Great Falls girl for quite a while now, then.
Yeah, I moved back in 2000.
Okay.
No.
That's when we moved to Montana. No.
But something like that.
So I went to Havre when you were leaving Havre.
Yep,
Yeah.
probably.
Or
Yeah,
deciding
because,
not to go to Havre.
Yeah. So, yeah. And so moved to Great Falls and became involved with Little Shell and been with them. Well, I'm an enrolled member,
Okay.
as was my mother, and just been kind of helping out with programs. And I did work for the tribe for a short time, about 10 years.
That's not a short time,
And
Toni Jo.
When you get this
that's
age, it's a
dedicated,
short
yeah.
time.
In the perspective of her
life,
life.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then, so I've done a few things for the tribe. And so, helping our people and stuff is kind of a passion of mine. And it's always a learning experience.
I
Yeah.
bet.
So, and it's fun to pass things on.
Can
I agree. Yeah, go.
Oh, I was like, can I be the first to ask a stupid question? I'll kick us
By
off
all
on that.
means, please ask the stupid question before I do.
For you used a term, and for our listeners and things, I just want to clarify or have you explain what that means. You said you are an enrolled member in the tribe. What does that mean to be an enrolled member?
You have a certain blood quantum.
Okay.
So, of course, you have full blood, and then it just goes down from there. And there's a certain blood quantum that you have to be an enrolled member to receive benefits.
Okay.
Many, many years, we did not have any benefits at all because we were state recognized. And just recently, within the last few years, we become federally recognized. And so we get a little bit more of the federal money and stuff. Despite what everybody thinks, no, we do not get a monthly check.
Okay.
We do not get per capita payments. But we do have several tribal programs that will be represented at the upcoming powwow, and that benefit all of our people, especially here in the local area, Great Falls and related counties. We have, I want to say, close to 6,000 members.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
But many of them live out of state. And we have some that live over the seas. So, so of course, they can't do the food distribution program or some of the housing and stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that they're not enrolled or can get a descendancy letter or use it towards their schooling or something like that. So the benefit's there if they want to pursue it.
Well, thank you for explaining that, because I wanted to make sure obviously you hear that over and over. I wanted to make sure I knew what it meant, and for listeners who are unfamiliar, to understand what that means.
I think I said it right, but who knows?
You're the expert,
I'm
so
sure
you say it with authority.
We're not
We'll
going
believe
to
you.
argue, so that's probably the good
Well, if
part.
I said it wrong, I'll be corrected.
Now, it is the Little Shell story in Great Falls is a really interesting one that I have just followed and have admired the tenacity of the work that's been done. As you said, state recognized as a tribe. And I think that's also very strange to say, because it would be like saying, I officially acknowledge that you're a human that exists on the planet Earth.
Right.
And there's a lot of history and story that goes into why that happened, how that happened. But you've been doing things as a tribe without federal recognition, without some of that federal funding for a long time, working to bring your people together, working to get things moving forward in the right direction to support the members of the Little Shell tribe, which I commend everyone involved in that, which is very impressive.
Yeah, we had a lot of people, a lot of our elders, and a lot that are no longer with us that worked towards that recognition. And it was years and years in the making, so much record keeping and things that they had to track down, that there's a lot of our history is oral. So there wasn't a lot of anything written, and a lot of the written stuff had maybe disappeared or was destroyed or lost, or so you had to track back through your elders and their families and photo albums and to get it.
And that was even at the state level, because you weren't, the Little Shell weren't recognized as a tribe in the state until
For a long time.
I'm going to say recently. It's not as recent as federal, but
within the last 25 years, maybe.
Yeah.
Something like that. I can't remember the exact year that it happened.
You've been around for a lot longer than that. So
Yeah. Well, because actually in 1863, Little Shell was still part of Turtle Mountain.
okay.
And Chief would take certain number of families, bring them to Montana to do buffalo hunting for the people so that they would have their winter food. And while they were gone, if I remember the story correctly, while they were gone, the Indian agents went in and the other chiefs at Turtle Mountain signed the paperwork, and that became the 10-cent treaty, because the government just wanted to take and pay 10 cents an acre, and there was millions of acres, and he was the holdout. So they kind of waited until he disappeared, and then when he came back, that's how Little Shell became known as the landless Indians, is because when he went back to Turtle Mountain, while you weren't here physically on this land when this treaty was signed, so you don't belong here. And so they had to scoot, and a lot of them came back to Montana, Great Falls, Malta, the Highline area, all along there. And so I think on every single tribe in the state of Montana that there are Little Shell members living or intermarried or whatever. But that's kind of how they became the landless Indians, because we don't have a reservation.
Nope.
So, and even to this day, we don't have a reservation. We have purchased land.
You own land as a tribe. You own land, but it's not...
the tribe owns land here in Great Falls.
Yeah,
but like up off Stuckey Road, where our cultural center is and whatnot, and the new building that's going up in our dance arbor and stuff. But just a little bit compared to what a lot of the other reservations in the state have.
Yeah. So not to make just a drastic shift in the conversation, but let's talk about powwow and the dance arbor and the work that you guys have done there. Start with the arbor. Talk to me about, and of course, if we ask a stupid question, you're like, I'm not going to talk about that. Yeah,
please,
moron. That's fine. That is fine to say. But talk to us about the arbor, how, when you got that done, what it represents and how it's used in powwows and any other type of way.
Okay, so this arbor that we have, it's up off behind Stuckey Road. Actually, it is 3300 6th Street Northwest.
Okay.
So on Northwest Bypass is Town Pump. You turn there, you go straight up the hill.
Okay.
And it's up off there. This will be the second powwow that we've used it. That it's
okay.
We're always doing improvements to it, but it's a lot better than what we've had in the past. Our arbor it's a circle, and I couldn't tell you the dimensions of it, but it's where they do the ceremonial dancing.
Okay.
Or gatherings.
It's a wood structure, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's open.
Okay.
It's a circle that's open, and then it's got a covering on it.
Okay.
So the covering could be cut willow.
Okay.
It could be cloth. At this point, I haven't been up there yet this year. I don't know. I know they had plans to put kind of a sun barrier cloth up there, but
okay.
I don't think that has happened yet.
Okay.
So, but I'm not, or it can be totally open.
Okay.
Is it large enough to fit observers and dancers, or is the cover just for those who are dancing?
No, it should be large enough for the dancers, and then we have elders that can sit on the in the circle, and then you have, and I don't know if we have bleachers.
Okay. Yeah.
But like I was just up at Rocky Boy, and they have bleachers all around, which is something that eventually I'm sure we'll have if we don't yet. And then you can see everybody brings their little lawn chairs and stuff, and that's where the elders sit. And then you have your dancers.
Okay.
So it's like layered.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yep.
My first, let's go with my first stupid question, even though I think I've had more than that. Can I, not being an elder, sit where the elders sit? Like if I show up and there's chairs there and I'm like, oh, look at an empty chair, and I sit there, is that allowed, or is it like that is just reserved for our elders and everybody else as spectators sits behind? Like this is the mode of operation, or like at a wedding, I wouldn't just wear a big white dress and stand up at front,
Right.
off to the left. So
It's more or less reserved for the elders.
okay,
And a lot of times what they do is they'll bring their chairs and their names will be on the back because there's, a lot of them. And so they'll pick out their spots. Some of them like certain edges or whatever. But then anything behind that is spectator.
open,
Okay.
perfect.
Yep.
Now you said you were up at Rocky Boy. I've never been to a powwow.
Okay.
I understand the premise of the powwow. There's dancing. It's beautiful. There's different types of dances. Is there different dances by tribe? Is there different
Yeah, there are.
attire by tribe?
Mm-hmm.
Is there things that happen at the Rocky Boy powwow that don't happen here, or things that happen here that only happen here? Talk to us about powwow day first, and then the dances kind of after that, and maybe the dress that is not like a dress, but the attire that is worn as part of that.
Okay. So yeah,
It's a big question.
Just
I
a layered
apologize.
question.
wow.
Yeah, like just keep talking and don't stop.
So yeah, each tribe has like I think probably their specialty dances.
Okay.
And a lot of like there was some at Rocky Boy that had like a fur-lined cap.
Oh wow.
I'm not sure exactly where they're from. They're not local, but I'm thinking maybe Great Lakes or maybe British Columbia or Canada type
Oh,
tribes
wow.
because we get a lot of Canadian tribal members that come down. And the powwow has a circuit like a rodeo does.
Okay.
Oh.
So the dancers will follow the powwow circuit because there's a lot of money into it. They are judged.
Okay.
So I've understood that. We're gonna dig into like what does the judging, like how is it judged? Can you tell us how it's judged? And if not, we understand.
Kind of.
Okay.
So each dancer will have a number. So there's the different categories depending what dance you have.
And then like you enter, like I'm gonna enter these dances.
Well, you'll enter one.
You can okay.
Okay. So what you're judged on is if you participate during grand entry,
Okay.
how well you do your dance, your chosen dance, how many times you do it, because there's different sessions per powwow.
Okay.
So like our powwow that we're having, we'll have a session Saturday day, Saturday evening, and then Sunday day. So that's 3 sessions.
Okay.
So to be judged, you have to be in each session.
Okay.
Oh.
And so each dancer has a chosen number, and there's, I think, 4 judges, one on each side,
Okay.
that judge. And I judged once, but it was quite some time ago, and it wasn't very formal. So
Okay.
it's how well do you know your dance?
Okay.
How, active are you? Or are you just out there shuffling, or are you really bouncing around?
Okay.
Oh.
And the dances are very physical.
I was gonna say, it sounds like you've got to be in some type of good shape for
Yeah.
this type of dancing.
And
Yep.
each dance, like a jitterbug there's a basic premise to it, but people put their own flair on it. Is that the same with powwow dances?
Kind of.
Okay.
There's different steps, like fancy dance. You got your fancy dance shawl.
Okay.
And so there's maybe different steps that they can do.
Okay.
And how they can do more of a shuffle type or pick up their feet higher, or, and a lot of times that's a lot of the younger girls.
Okay.
But I've seen some of the seniors, some of the elders that would put them to shame.
Oh.
And like the men's traditional is maybe a calmer type dance. And then you have your grass dance and your chicken dance.
Okay.
And fancy. So in each category, you have a different regalia
Okay.
that goes with it. And so like a lot of the tribes down south will have turtle shells.
Okay.
Oh.
They have gourds. They have a
Mhm.
gourd dance, stomp dance, stuff like that. So that's more
Like then does the
Southern.
gourd dance in this situation reflect what attire you'd wear, and that's how it gets its name?
Yep, because
Okay.
because the gourds they dry them, I believe, and they have they put rocks in them, so they jingle, they rattle,
Okay.
and the same thing like with the tortoise shells that I've seen, and some people have rattles that's got the tortoise shell and stuff with it.
So again, will you run down for us, because I won't keep interrupting with more questions, the dances that will be featured at the Little Shell Elder and Veterans Powwow?
Yeah, so for our men, we have traditional, grass, chicken, and fancy.
Okay.
Okay, and then the women's, we have traditional, jingle, and fancy.
Okay.
And then we have different age groups for each dance. So we'll
Okay.
have golden, which is the elders,
Mhm.
men and women. We have senior men and women.
Do they dance at the same time?
No.
Okay.
No, they'll separate them out. It's easier to judge that way.
Okay.
And sometimes there might only be one or two per category.
Oh.
So then they might combine them, but their numbers will be, the judges will be able to tell by the number.
Okay.
We have the junior and the teen, boys and girls. And we have tiny tots.
Okay.
That's the little guys.
Are you dancing?
No.
Okay.
Have you danced?
Not for competition or anything. I'll do an intertribal.
Okay.
And the intertribal is anybody can dance. So
Okay.
if you guys are there,
Oh.
you can get out and dance. But
Oh,
that
wow.
would be the only time that
Yeah.
you could, and you have to listen to the MC because he will say, this is an intertribal coming up. Everybody dance.
So intertribal means
Everybody.
everyone's welcome.
Everybody's welcome.
I've been in the situation where they've done a round dance.
Yep.
Is that the kind of typical tribal, intertribal dance or option?
Yeah, and they have round dances for different celebrations and stuff. But they'll come out and grab you, and you'll get in the circle and dance with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think we've covered all my initial questions. Here's my next question. When the dance is happening, there's music that accompanies it, and it's not like you're just pushing play on a cassette player or you've got drummers. Is the drumming that happens also a competitive thing, or do you just
Oh.
Yep, all the drums have to be registered if
Okay.
you're going to get paid. And that is competitive also. We have a host drum, which is the main drum. And then they'll, like our powwow, I think we have the first 10 that sign up will get money.
Okay.
And then anything after that. But you register, and then the MC can say, okay, this one's coming from this drum group or that drum group, and they'll compete for that.
If I say song, is that the right way to say that? Like the song that they play, is it specific to the dance?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So everybody kind of knows, like, this is the happy birthday song, or this is whatever the name of the song is.
Yeah, a lot of it is, it all kind of sounds alike because you got your drum beat, and the drum it's very sacred, and the beat is the heartbeat of the soul and Mother Earth.
Okay.
So, it's very sacred, and it's treated as such. And there are certain tribes where women do not sit at the drum. They can be their backup singers or stand in the back, but they don't sit at the drum itself.
There is a lot of what I love about the powwow is it's still a lot of it's tradition. It is connecting to the way things have always been. And what I think is really interesting is when you say the women can't be at the drum, some people might go, well, that's a bunch of crap because women should be able to do whatever they want. But everybody had their set roles and still kind of do have set roles. So.
Yeah. Well, each tribe, the men had certain duties. The women had certain duties. But some of the toughest warriors in the tribes were women. Even though they took care of the babies and they made sure everybody was fed and whatnot, they were
say that
warriors.
does qualify as being a good warrior there.
In case anybody didn't know, and this was just brought out not that long ago, that Custer was actually killed by a female warrior.
Oh.
So, yeah, you don't cross some of the
No.
Indian Native women.
Nope.
But I also think when we look at it from our perspective, which is completely different, like in our society, it's, women were forced to stay at home and they played all these different roles, where what I think is just amazing about the history of the Native Americans everywhere is that women were the tougher, I'm almost going to say the tougher group of people to contend with, processing all the meat and putting everything, like, they're like,
Oh, they were the ones that tore down the teepees, the
hauled
lodges,
everything.
put them up.
Yeah.
There was, and I can't remember what tribe it was, but they actually had a contest of elder women putting up teepees, and it was a timed
Oh, wow.
contest.
Wow.
So yeah, and because that was their job,
Yeah.
their duty back then. But
Wow.
it's just like setting up your house. It's the same concept.
Yeah.
It's just
That's
a
where
little bit more primitive,
Right.
Yeah. We didn't have a lot of lumber back
right,
then.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Has the nature of powwows always been that it's a competition?
No, there's traditional powwows and there's the competition powwows.
Okay.
So traditional is, which we used to do because obviously Little Shell didn't have any backing or money. It was maybe day pay only. You would fundraise and so that you could give your dancers or drummers gas money or something to come and show up. Competitive can run into, if you see some of the posters for some of these powwows, Crow Fair, the one up at Browning, Hart Butte, Belknap, Rocky Boy, these ones that have been going on for 30, 40 years, their purses are thousands of dollars.
Wow.
But they've worked at it and stuff. And so these dancers, they know, and they'll travel state to state. And it starts, they can go year round, all the way down to Albuquerque. There's a huge powwow down there. And and we never charge entry fee to a powwow ever. It's open. It's you come watch, you come learn.
Are spectators allowed to take pictures during the powwow dances?
You can take pictures during the powwow, not during a prayer. If
Okay.
they're doing the prayer, that's not allowed. No videos. If you see somebody that you really like their regalia, their beadwork or whatever, you don't just take a picture. You go up and you ask
Okay.
if you can take their picture.
Now, I have to assume that there's a story behind the types of dances. Tell us about the meaning of each dance. Like, why does it exist today? Because it's not like you just decided 3 years ago, like, that we're going to call this the traditional dance, or we're going to call it this. Like, there's always been a reason of what this dance is.
Okay.
And the chicken dance is not the chicken dance that you
Do
do
at
at
the
your
wedding.
wedding.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly. Yeah. Music is totally
Right.
different.
Yeah.
So okay. So the grass dance that the men do.
Okay.
What that started off, the story I understand, is they were the first ones that would come into the arbor or the area and they would stomp down the grass
Oh, that makes
okay.
sense.
so that the other ones following them could dance on level
Okay.
ground. So that
So there's a lot of, I would imagine, stomping, kind of high knees in
Yep.
that dance.
Yep.
Okay.
And so that's why the chicken dance is actually, I've heard it also called, I think, like the grouse dance. So
Okay.
it's like a mating dance.
Okay.
And they really get into it. Those guys, I mean, they got to be in shape.
Got to impress.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and that's what it is. Women's category, fancy dance is usually with a shawl, like a butterfly.
Okay.
I don't really know the history of it,
Mhm.
but it's flowing, is very pretty, and it's, like I said, a lot of the younger girls, that's some of the first ones they learn. Jingle dress for the women. That one is Ojibwe, traditional. And that one came from a story of elder's daughter was very sick, and it came in a vision or a dream to him to have somebody have this certain type of a dress and to with this certain dance and to ward off the evil from his daughter to
Okay.
heal her. So the jingle dance is a healing dance. And if you've ever noticed those the jingle dresses, they have the cones.
Yeah.
And so they hit together. And there's should be 365 cones per dress.
Oh wow.
One for each
Wow.
day of the year, and 7 rows, which
Okay.
would be
Wow.
the 7 teachings
Of the
Okay.
father.
of the grandfather.
Wow. These are all
So-
things I have to pay better attention to in the regalia.
Yep.
Yeah.
And some of them, like some of the fancy dancers, they'll have a vest,
Mm-hmm.
or not like a vest, but a
little cape or
a
shawl
cape.
kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for, a cape. But if you look at those, most of them are beaded, solid beaded,
Oh.
and they have been passed down through the
Oh,
years
wow.
or given to the dancer as a graduation gift
Mm.
or a wedding gift or something like that. So they're very
Wow.
personal, have certain colors that's maybe from the family clan or designs. And each tribe has different designs. Some are like Ojibwe, the Chippewa, are more floral
Okay.
designs because they're from actually Great Lakes area,
Okay.
Okay.
came down and then separated out that way. I want to say Crow and Northern Cheyenne are more geometric
Okay.
type. So yeah, if you
Mhm.
notice their beadwork and stuff.
That's
Oh,
interesting.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's
Is there
and-
one Little Shell has this distinctive pattern of
more
any kind?
floral because Chippewa.
With the yeah,
yeah,
sure,
Ojibwe,
that
Chippewa,
makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah,
yeah.
woodland flowers, I think, is
Okay.
how they describe it.
Okay.
So,
I'm learning so much.
I know, I
I'm
am too.
enjoying
This is
this so
wonderful.
much. Thank you for
Yes,
sharing all
thank
of this
you.
with
I
us
tried.
as
Yeah.
we start. So the grand entry, talk to us about what that is. I'm assuming it's when everybody just gets together and enters the arbor and then you separate, but is there something more that
Oh,
we
yeah.
should be paying attention to there?
grand entry is the flags come in,
Okay.
and so everybody stands, and they have. I think it's the host drum that will do the music to that. So you have the American flag, the state flag, I think the POW, the military flags, tribal flags. You have those come in.
Okay.
And then you have your, trying to think the order. I might have it messed up. But then you have your head man dancer, your head woman dancer, any royalty.
Okay.
Royalty is your tribal princesses that are maybe traveling from different tribes, different powwows.
Okay.
They have tribal princesses and they have powwow princesses.
Okay.
Then your dancers, then your powwow committee will
Okay.
come in, or any dignitaries, like say the governor or senators or mayor or whatever. The dignitaries will come in during that time, and then your categories of your dancers each will come in,
Okay.
and you all go in the circle, and then when the last one comes, then they stop, they say a prayer, and then they disperse, and then the celebration begins.
Is it like a walk in, a march in, or a dance in?
A little of everything.
Okay.
Depending on who you are.
Yep.
Maybe.
You know, they get a little bouncy, and some just want to walk, and
Okay.
you know, so you. But
And some are judged on the grand entry, right? Is that
yeah,
what you said?
if they're in it,
Okay.
yeah, and you can't help not bouncing to the. You cannot stand still.
Yeah.
I don't care when the drums are going, you're moving.
Right. You just feel like
You need to do
it's
that.
a natural
Beat's
thing
gonna
to
It
do.
is.
Like,
Yeah.
Is there like a lead staff for the like, is there a powwow manager?
Yep.
Is
So-
that
we have staff.
Like a person who's like, this is how we're doing that and knows all the way the things are supposed to be
Yep.
done.
So we have our head staff. So we had a head woman dancer, head man dancer. Okay. Then you have your MC who
Okay.
kind of guides everybody. And then you have an arena director.
Okay.
And he's going to tell you
When
what
to
you're
go where.
doing and where to go
Okay.
and stuff. And if somebody drops an eagle feather from their regalia or whatever,
Mm.
everything stops until he goes out to pick it up and they say a prayer over it. And so that's everything stops on that. And that's up to him. Yeah. So, and then they have a staff carrier. So when they come in with the flags, you have your tribal staff.
Okay.
And that's like a large pole it looks like a large cane, you know, like,
Okay. I think
and
I've
it's got
seen
the
that.
eagle
Yep.
feathers and stuff from
Yep.
it. So that's always with the grand entry also.
I think that's depicted. I'm just going to go completely off. I think that's depicted in the J. Labor statue at the entrance to the Blackfeet Reservation.
Yes.
They have one of those of one of the persons
Good
on the
eye.
horse.
Nice. Good eye.
Okay.
The eagle feather. Just want to revisit that for a moment. So everything stops. Is there a certain person? I know you said the MC, correct?
Arena director.
Arena director will stop everything. Is it anybody who sees that happen can say like, "Hey, look,
Yeah,
this
if you
is dropped."
see it, and you know, like if a group of you are dancing or whatever, they'll call attention to the arena director.
Okay.
But nobody else, from what I understand, can go over and touch or anything until he does and says the
The
prayer.
arena
And
director. Okay. And can you
and-
talk a little bit about the significance and why the eagle feather
Requires
results in
that
Yeah.
Attention.
well, it's sacred,
Mm-hmm.
and not anybody, just anybody can have one.
Okay.
right, because you can't just go see one on the ground and say like, I'm going to take this.
Nope. Actually, because they're federally protected.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And before we were federally recognized, we were not allowed to have them.
Oh.
We could have them, but they had to be presented to us by somebody from a federally recognized tribe.
Oh my
Huh.
goodness.
So there's a dispensary down in Denver that we could
Let's
get
clarify.
feathers
An
from.
eagle feather dispensary.
Well, okay, maybe that's not the word I want. But, there's a place in Denver that houses
There we go.
Yeah.
eagle feathers and body parts, the claws, the talons, that type of thing.
Okay.
And you can put in a request
Okay.
to have that, but you have to, again, be a member of a federally recognized tribe. So like some of our guys up in Deer Lodge would write to the tribal office when I was there that they wanted one. And it's like, dude, you can't, you know, if you're Crow or
Wow.
Blackfeet or something,
Yeah.
you have to go through your tribe to get it. We cannot do it.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it was really, really strict.
Yeah.
But now we can.
Okay.
But even if you are gifted one and you have one in your house, you should have documentation. I mean, now it's not such a big deal. But before we were federally recognized, yeah, if you had one in your house, you should have documentation where you got that from.
Wow.
So can now that you're federally recognized, can you give a feather to just anyone, or are there parameters to who you can give that to?
There's parameters to who you
Okay.
give it to. So all of our graduating students, whether they're college or high school, we have a eagle feather ceremony for them.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's really cool.
So they did, of course, we had CMR, Great Falls High, Paris Gibson, and then they also did MSU Great Falls and Providence College, their graduations.
Okay.
You have to be a member of a federally recognized tribe, and they usually have the bottoms of the shaft of the feathers are beaded. They try to do it with the school colors.
Okay.
Oh, neat. Yeah.
Yep. And there's a whole ceremony that you do for that.
So before the Little Shell were recognized, could like the Blackfeet or the
Crow.
anybody give Little Shell feathers?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we always had that ceremony. I don't know the particulars on the backside on how they got them or stuff, but I do know that we were able to do to our graduates.
Random question. When someone passes away, can they leave their eagle feather to another family member, or does it have to go back to the tribe to be then issued to a new person?
No, it would. They would pass it down to the family.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh my
But
goodness.
again, I would have personally, I would have
Documentation.
it documented. You know, because you don't know someone's going to walk in your house and say, "Oh, how come you have that?"
Yeah.
and call the authorities on you, and
Yeah.
they can take it away.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen before.
Oh
And
my
then
goodness.
how is it decided and who gets to use an eagle feather in their regalia at the powwow?
I really don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know if it has to come with age or time or what you've done in the past,
Sure.
that type of thing. I don't know.
Hmm.
That's interesting.
No. Well, it's
It'd be something to check into.
yeah, like what you can once you have an eagle feather, what its
Mm-hmm.
how you can use it.
purposes are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So beyond the dancing, which I mean that's enough, honestly.
Yeah.
if you've never been, I think we've clearly delineated why you need to go and what you
Yeah.
need to pay attention to, but you also have vendors
Mm-hmm.
that are at the powwow. What kind of vendors, what kind of things are we going to be able to see or buy at the powwow?
Okay, so my primary thing on the powwow committee is I'm the vendor coordinator.
Oh, hey.
Along-
Right lady to ask.
Yeah, along with Priscilla.
Asia?
Yep, Azure.
There we go.
So her and I are working together on this, and she's awesome. I'm so glad, because we kind of think alike, which can be kind of scary too.
But also really efficient.
It
Yes.
helps. Yeah.
Yep. And so what we're having is we have food trucks,
Okay.
and we try to get a good variety. Of course, we're going to have fry bread, Indian tacos.
Yum.
That's kind of a given.
Mm-hmm.
But we're having a variety of food trucks. We're having craft vendors.
Okay.
So you're going to see everything from beadwork to jewelry to we've got some of our kids, some of our youth that are going to try to have a table up there. So
Okay.
we want to teach them kind of the entrepreneurship type, if you want to pursue this,
Yeah.
here's how you do it. Yeah, and plus it keeps them busy and during the summer and hopefully out of trouble. Some of us
Right.
adults
Yeah.
You'll find things like Pendleton blankets,
Okay.
the soft, real soft blankets. Many are homemade craft types. Some are commercial.
Okay.
And then we have information booths.
Okay.
So that will be like all of our tribal programs
Okay.
are going to be set up there. The dental, the medical, the optical, the health clinic, enrollment, every program that we have, so that members can get their information from there. The library, Great Falls Public Library, is going to be there.
Okay.
We have Missouri River Interpretive Center, I know is going to be there
Okay.
from Fort Benton.
Yeah.
So we try to get things like that that's going to interest a variety of people. And it's like some things you don't even know about.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the thing in Fort Benton, I didn't know about that. I kind of fell into that accident. the programs that the library offers,
Yep.
what they do for the community.
Yeah.
So that's kind of interesting. And I think they're bringing books and stuff to show the kids, so that type of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
This may sound like a strange question as it comes out of my mouth, but I think it might be a valid question. We'll see what happens. Are there things that you just can't buy? And the reason I bring that up, you've gifted us this beautiful braid of sweetgrass. That's not something you just buy.
We do have vendors that will sell sweetgrass.
Okay.
Eagle feathers, obviously not.
No.
But you can find things, and I think they're turkey feathers
Okay.
that can be painted that look like eagle feathers. So
Okay.
they're imitation. You can have something like that. Weapons? No. Anything with foul language? No. Because we have a variety of elders, all the way down to youth, tiny tots. We don't want to subject them to that and have them become, what's the word? Upset.
Right.
We don't need that. It's a family event, and that's how we want to keep it and promote it. So
one of the time-honored traditions, memories from my growing up, I am a Class C girl, small town, not Havre, even though Havre's small, small town. But at district divisional tournaments, all the time for us, we always had a star quilt ceremony as part of our tournaments. Those to me are things you either can't or should never buy. That's something that has always been gifted to other people. And I find I've always enjoyed those ceremonies. Like I live for that moment during the tournaments, like, we get to do this. And I just love it because it's this great honor that is bestowed upon other people. Am I correct in saying you can't buy a star quilt, or is that something specific to the tribes I grew up around?
You can, I think, buy them, but all the ones I've seen or that I've got or my parents have received have been gifted.
Yeah.
And it's for a specific reason, or like we had an auction for my cousin's little one for medical purposes. And one of the things that we auctioned off was a beautiful, huge, king size red, white, and blue satin star quilt with the shams and everything. It was just beautiful.
My gosh.
Yeah. So something like that, but it, that was at a benefit.
Yeah.
But I do believe you can. It depends.
Okay.
But yeah, I'd be checking into that because it's, you can go get your Pendleton.
Yeah.
And a lot of the presentations nowadays and stuff, you'll be gifted Pendletons.
Okay.
I know my dad and my mom both were gifted star quilts.
Yeah, I've always, that's one of the things, like, those are, for me, the things that are significant when I've interacted in the past. And I'm like, I would hope you would never just be able to go buy one of those things because there's so much, there's things about, like, I don't think I should just be able to buy a jingle dress or something like that. Like, there's just certain things where I'm like, maybe that's just off limits.
Yeah.
Don't go expecting you're going to be able to buy some of these things.
You can go to the pawn shop and probably find one, but I wouldn't recommend it. I'd find out the history and maybe why is it there?
Right.
Yeah.
That type thing. But yeah.
Okay. So my next line of questioning, much like rodeo or any kind of competition style thing, you'll find an athlete you fall in love with or want to follow. Do you have any like dancers that you're like, oh, they're going to be there, I'm going to watch them?
No, because I don't think I could pick out just one.
Okay.
No, because they're all fabulous. They all have their own style. They're in, their individuality. They're just
okay. Like how I said I didn't say you had a favorite. I don't like
Follow
using
one.
that word.
Yeah.
Like,
Earlier you talked about you compared the powwow circuit, if you will, to a rodeo circuit. Then you said there's powwow royalty, or these princesses. Is that then similar to the like rodeo queen competition?
Yep.
There's a powwow princess competition?
There is.
Okay. Okay.
The princess, they have a certain criteria they have to follow. Some have tiny top princesses, some have junior, senior princesses. There's certain protocol they have to follow.
Okay.
There's certain things that they have to do, like they have to, because they're representing their tribe or their powwow.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, a tribal princess has to be an enrolled member of that tribe. A powwow princess can be any tribe
Okay.
okay.
if they're in the competition. So I think that's the difference there. But they have to be able to travel to the different powwows to represent. No drugs, no alcohol. You know, they want to be in school, depending on their age.
Okay.
Good grades. You know, they have to be a stand-up citizen. They're
Okay.
in the spotlight,
Yeah.
and you know, you got to act like it.
Yeah.
You got to do it. And a lot of the times, the families will do fundraising so that they have travel money.
Okay.
So to go, and they'll go like to the circuit, but they'll also do like the urban powwows. Like we had our one at CMR, which is a community powwow.
Yeah.
We have Helena Indian Alliance that has a powwow. Butte has a powwow for their urban, because they don't have tribes that are
In that.
based close by.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but the princesses are, I want to say required, but not required, heavily suggested that they attend
Okay.
because they want the representation.
Does the Little Shell Elders and Veterans Powwow have a princess, and does the Little Shell Tribe have a princess?
It's one and the same.
Okay.
Yep. We have a young lady, and this will be her last year, and so they'll be voting on
A
a new one every year. So at every powwow, they'll have a new.
And then people put their hat in for that, like I want to be considered, and then
Yeah,
this
they have
is
an application they have to fill out.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what's on the application, but like right now, I think the young lady is from Helena.
Okay.
So
But there's I hear you can be an elder princess. Are you
well,
like
when I say like age,
okay?
it's like for the younger. I think 18.
Okay.
Either 18 or 21 might be the cap.
Oh. Okay.
I'm
So
not sure.
Okay.
Otherwise,
was
yeah,
hoping maybe-
all of us are like, you know,
I was just gonna
princesses.
That's
say.
right. Absolutely.
It's like I think we should make you a princess.
Yeah. I was like, we have no say over this, but our vote's for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. I'll take
I mean,
it.
we do have a crown. It's not even the same.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we can make you a princess.
Burger King.
Is there a way to recognize the princess outside of her progression in the grand entry? Like, does she? I'm
she
thinking,
has
like,
a
does she have a crown? Okay.
Yep. A lot of them. Then those crowns are fabulous, and a lot of work, fully beaded.
Wow.
And so they start, you know, when they figure, okay, they might have one person that is designated. Okay, we want you to make the crown,
Oh wow.
and it will take a year to make the crown.
Wow.
I mean, if
How
you've ever
special.
seen one, they are unbelievable.
Does
a lot
that
of
get
work.
passed down, or is that their crown?
A lot of times it has the year
Okay.
on it, so I think the girls
I
can
was
keep
like,
it.
I would want to keep my crown if I
Yeah.
got to do
Well, we
that.
had
Yeah.
the Mrs. America on here, and she had her own.
Yeah.
She had her crown. It was
Yeah.
her.
That's
hers.
hers.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I did
It
the
came
Miss
in a-
Rhode Island pageant, and
Hey.
it
I mean,
came
I
in a-
wasn't in it. I worked it, but yeah, they kept their crowns.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had a
you.
carrying case for it, and
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
came, brought it. Oh, I'm like, well, this is a real deal. Like,
Yeah.
Oh
big
yeah.
time.
Yep.
So
Neat.
Huh.
We've talked a little bit about photography, videography. Excuse me. As someone who is not an enrolled member of the tribe, if I want to come to a powwow, What are some things I should be aware of so I can be respectful and learning of the process? It sounds like it is open to anybody to come.
Yep.
But as someone who is not part of the tribe, what should I be? How can I participate while still being respectful and learning the most from it?
The big thing is respect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't go up and just say, just snap a picture or whatever. You always ask if you can have their picture. If they say no, you respectfully walk away and just say, okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times you'll see beadwork and stuff, and it's like, that is really cool. Take a picture of it. You'd never copy that pattern.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
You always make changes to it or whatever. You know.
Trademark.
That would be easy for me easy for me to not
To
do.
not copy it because neither
Like
one of
I
us
look
have
at that
those
detail
abilities.
and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's an impressive skill.
You don't walk across the arena like
Okay.
a shortcut
Okay.
ever.
Sure.
You walk around.
Yeah, it's like you don't walk across a play. To put it very simply, you don't walk across the football field when they're
Yeah,
playing, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is whether there's somebody out there dancing or not.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I would have to say you don't just grab, you just don't touch. Like
You don't touch.
Mhm.
No, everything's hands off.
Mm.
see with your eyes, people,
Yeah.
not
Yep.
your hands.
And again, that's respect.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yep.
you don't want somebody coming up grabbing you and say, "Oh, I like it." You know,
You're right.
Yeah, no, you
Mhm.
get smacked.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so.
You know,
Yeah.
So
Right.
yeah.
Is there? This might be an odd question. Is there any video of a powwow?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So there's certain people that can video.
Oh, you
with
can video.
just not the grand entry.
No, you can video the grand entry, but you
Not the
can't prayer. Yeah,
Not the prayer. Okay.
because they say what that does is it interrupts the spirit,
Mhm.
and you don't
Mhm.
want that.
That
So,
makes sense.
Yeah.
Is photography, if you wanted to take a photo of a large group of people, like of the whole group doing a dance,
Mhm.
is that permitted, or do you
Yeah.
need to ask individual permission?
No, that's
Okay.
That's permitted.
Okay.
Now, if you're going to publish it
Sure.
or something, then they have like a standard
Mm.
release
Sure.
or something like that. If you come from a corporation
Sure.
or a place that, but
Okay.
if you're coming from something like that, then you know.
Mm-hmm.
But for just an individual, it's like, oh yeah, I really like that.
Yeah. You just
But-
wanted to remember it or capture it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are there other things that happen? Is there storytelling sessions? Is there, I think teepees are one of the things that people get really interested by. Is there anything like that happen? I think I think it's a detractor to it, so I just ask.
Not really, but okay. So like, we're going to have camping. So
Oh,
maybe
okay.
some of our campers will have teepees.
Okay.
I don't know. But you never enter one. It's just, that's their house. That's their belongings
Right.
and stuff. However, you can find out whose it is and you can ask, oh, can I look inside or
Mhm.
whatever. That type of thing. And I don't know specifically if the tribe is going to actually have any of our teepees up there or not. I would like to say yes,
Mhm.
but I don't know. But yeah, it's just, that's somebody's where they're camping and
Mhm.
it's like their tent. It's got their personal belongings in there and
Don't go in.
Mm-hmm.
Do the dancers register the day of, or they've registered in advance? Like, do you know how many dancers will be in each dance,
no,
or
they
until
do
the day
of.
Okay.
Yep. They'll come in and register the day of. Our vendors are trying to get ahead of time
Yeah.
so that we know how to place them, because the thing is, if you got a food truck and you got a food truck and you're both selling the same thing, I'm not going to put you next to each other.
You're right. Yeah.
That's
You
a
know,
good plan.
I'm going to have you over here in the south section
Yeah.
and you on the north section, because it's a circle and we have people all the way around.
Mm.
So, and we have elders. Well, they can't walk all the way around,
Yeah.
maybe, or maybe they have a walker or a wheelchair or a little one with strollers. And so, for convenience sake,
Yeah.
we try to spread them out. And the
Yeah.
same thing, I'm not going to put somebody that's got a bunch of blankets next to somebody else that's got a bunch of blankets. Too much competition.
Yeah.
We've got
Yeah.
enough competition as it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So we want to try to spread them out. So for vendors, we try to get them ahead of time so that we know where to place them.
Mm.
For any of the tribal programs, they're going to be all in one place.
Okay.
Okay. And then the information will be informational ones. We're just going to use them kind of as fillers.
Mm-hmm. Scatter
them
'em.
around.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Can people bring their own chairs?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And I would recommend that because, like I said, I don't believe we have bleachers at this point in time. So, yeah, bring your lawn chairs, your little camping chairs,
Cool.
you know, whatever it is
Yeah.
that your bucket, whatever it is you want to sit on,
Perfect.
because it gets
just don't
a
block
long
a view.
stand.
Just don't block the view.
right.
Yeah. Can you walk us through? We haven't said. I don't think we've actually
Yeah.
said the dates
Dates
yet
or
or times
times.
or
Oh,
anything. Can
yeah.
you walk
Or-
us through kind of timeline of these days?
Yep. So it's going to be August 23rd and 24th.
Okay.
Okay. It's a Saturday and Sunday. Saturday grant entry is going to be at 1:00 and 7:00
Because
We're gonna
there's
have
3
two.
total sessions over the
Yep,
weekend,
and
right?
then
Okay.
Sunday at 1:00.
Okay.
Okay. And then they'll have grand entry to start off each session.
Okay.
And so it'll be like each dancer, each category will be 3 times.
And then about
Yep.
how long does a session take?
Well, there is no set time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know, we run on
Makes sense.
Indian time. So when it says 1:00, we may start at 12:45. We may start at 1:30.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, it may last. The 7:00 one might last till 10:00. It might last till midnight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
You know,
Okay.
it depends. A lot of it depends on the number of dancers
Mm-hmm.
in each category, and if they have to have like a dance off, or you know,
Okay.
I've really never seen anything like that happen
Mm-hmm.
because I just don't see ties.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I will say that we are doing a tiny tots, and they're not judged. However, our little ones do get a gift
Oh.
Okay.
after each session,
Ooh.
and it's actually my family that's doing it this year.
Oh, neat.
So I'm kind of excited about that, and I'm excited that my family is going to be involved
That's gonna
Yeah.
be cool.
with it. So, and they just get like a bag, like, you know, your little brown lunch bag, and they'll have water and juice and little goodies and stuff,
Aw.
you know, for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
So-
Yeah. Neat.
We're going to do that. And so I'm planning, and my numbers might be way off. I have no idea, but I'm planning for 50 tiny tots per session.
Wow.
So that's 150 kids for the
Yeah.
weekend.
Wow.
I'm hoping we have that many,
Yeah.
because I was kind of, when I was at Rocky Boy, I was kind of eyeing up and seeing, you know, what they had. And little kid was coming by and said, "Hey, what's in your bag?"
Yeah.
Show your age.
Yeah, I wanted to see.
I want to
you
make it better than
Doing
this.
some research.
Well, I wanted
yeah.
an idea.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't have little ones.
Yeah.
I don't know what
So-
you're getting excited about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Smart.
Yeah.
and I know some of them go way out, you know, way up. They get money in there and everything else
Wow.
like that.
Ooh.
I'm not going to say that we're at that point,
Yeah.
but we will have goodies for all of our little ones.
Nice.
Just occurred to me, when the dances are happening, is it appropriate to go to vendors during that time?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Mm.
So you don't
Okay.
just have to stay
That's a
and
good question.
No,
while the
you
dancing.
roam. You
Okay.
just
And
you know.
and bouncing along to
Yes,
the beat is
exactly.
okay too.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
because if you didn't, the vendors wouldn't have anything to do.
yeah. Okay.
You know. So yeah, that's
Because it's
The
kind
MC's not going to go,
going-
okay, during this, we've got a
Well-
break now. Go see the vendors.
Yeah.
well, and with it, the arbor being in a circle, and the vendors are around the outside of that circle.
kind of lends itself.
So
to,
you're always going to see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're always going to have a visual of the dancers.
Nice. Smart design. Mhm.
So
So August 23rd,
23rd, 24th,
be there at 1:00 each day or before.
Mhm.
be there before.
How early should they show up?
Well, we're hoping for good crowds.
Mhm.
So,
I mean,
Um,
lunch is noon, so you should be there at least by noon.
well, we're going to have food trucks set up there.
Yeah.
Set up. So I think they're going to like maybe set up like 11. So
Okay.
I'm hoping
So you
they're
can
hoping
come as
for
early. Yeah.
yeah.
Perfect.
And parking, you know, we're out in the middle of a field. So it's not going to be like you're going to be in a parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
So what I will say is be very respectful when you park.
Mm.
we're not going to have like lines to park in, so kind of pay attention.
Yeah,
so
don't
you're
Self-awareness, people.
well, so you're not blocking somebody
Yeah,
in because,
Or-
if we get a downpour and everybody wants to get out of there,
Yeah.
it's going to be a disaster.
Chaos.
Yeah.
My other thing about field parking, don't put 3/4 of a car between you and the other car.
Oh,
Pretend you're in a parking
Yeah,
lot
right.
and park relatively
like normal
close.
spacing.
Common sense.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, if is that even a thing
Right.
anymore?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
know.
so.
It's not so common.
Like we went to a wedding just recently that was in a field, and I'm like, what are you doing here? You can't even fit a full car in between this.
Yep.
Move over.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're all the way up the hill over here now.
Well, and you know what it is? A lot of it, like I said, common sense, but respect.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Because you don't want your rig,
Self-awareness.
smashed into. Don't
Right.
do it, to somebody else.
yeah.
And a lot of times, the rigs that are parked out there that aren't camping, they have all their regalia and stuff in their cars, so they'll stand there with their doors open to change and
Sure.
stuff. So
Get
make
dressed.
sure you give them some space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You don't know. Okay, somebody's parked there. Maybe there's no room in handicap, but they
Mhm.
got a walker.
Mm-hmm.
Give them some space, or a wheelchair, or a baby stroller.
Yeah.
This type of thing. Like I said,
Mhm.
it's just respect and common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know. And if you're camping, no fires,
Oh,
obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had a lot of rain and stuff like that, but
Still,
again, you're in the
you're in
middle
a
of a field, and even though we've been trying to keep it watered and it's going to be mowed down and stuff.
Still.
And the ones that come in and camp, we are gonna, we'll know who they are and that they're camping and reiterate,
Yeah.
that.
Smart.
And we're gonna have, some of the food trucks and stuff. We're gonna have generators.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So there is going to be
some noise.
that noise factor
Mhm.
too. And some of the campers that aren't teepees or tents that have their regular campers are going to
Mhm.
have generators. So we're working on trying to accommodate
Disperse.
everybody,
Yeah.
but we don't want, we have limited electricity
Mm.
for our food trucks. I think we have one, maybe two spots, and those have already been taken up. But as for the campers, we'll try to keep them far enough away from the arbor to where
The sound.
the sound of the generators are not going to drown out the sound of the drums.
Yeah. That would be unfortunate.
Good plan.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll see what happens. And, it's a learning experience
Mhm.
every year. And,
You'll be a well-oiled machine like 15
Mhm.
years from now.
well, I've done this before, but we didn't have our own arbor.
Mm.
I did one that was up at the Buffalo Jump.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So if
yeah.
you've seen an arbor up there,
Yeah.
we put that up.
Okay. Yeah.
And that was, Mother Nature. You cannot always tell what she has on her plate. And so she might kick up with the windstorm, or
Mhm.
she's going to test us
Uh-huh. Especially
regardless.
this
Yeah.
summer.
Yeah. She's got
Um,
something in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we had one out there one year, and we thought, oh, great, we can use lumber tarps, for the top for,
Yeah.
Yeah, that
No.
didn't work out so well.
Oh no.
I mean, we thought we had them anchored down pretty good,
Mhm.
but yeah, she give us a run for our money, and boy, did we have a cleanup job.
Oof.
Wow.
Yeah. Well,
You
we'll
know.
we'll hope that it will just be mild, not windy.
A good, easy breeze to keep
Yeah.
the bugs down.
Perfect.
Keep the bugs down, keep it cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
We'll hope
know.
for that.
So, folks, if you need help getting to Mount Royal, where the powwow is going to take place, it's not necessarily an intuitive location for our visitors who aren't familiar with Great Falls. We're happy to help you navigate. We've got these fantastic city maps that we can show you where it is and how to get there. If you want any additional information, we do have the powwow listed on our website. And it has a link to more information of where you can be found or can learn on the Little Shell site, so you can make those connections. Toni, you want to give out your phone number for people to call?
Sure.
Or some
Oh, really?
Or some
Well, yeah.
contact. Yeah.
I
You know, if they want to do vending,
Okay.
because we are taking vendors up to the day that we start.
Okay.
However, if you're not pre-registered vendor, we're
You ain't
only
getting-
taking cash or money order.
Okay.
I don't do Venmo, PayPal, none of that stuff,
Yeah,
none of
that
that
junk.
electronic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Cash or money order. And so my phone number is 406-564-2807. But make sure you leave a message, or
Yeah, she's a
I
busy
don't know
woman.
to call you
Mhm.
back. I
Yeah.
don't know what
Yeah.
it's for. You
Yep.
get so many scam messages that
100%. Yeah.
Well, Toni Jo, thank you for
Thank
actually giving
you.
out your phone number. Not everybody will
No.
do that.
Uh-uh.
We're the podcast that gives out phone numbers.
That's right.
So if you are as excited as I am to attend the Little Shell Elders and Veterans Powwow August 23rd, 24th, I'll see you there.
Mm-hmm.
And until we see your bright, smiling, happy, healthy, beautiful face in our fine, fine city, we do hope you're creating amazing memories with your friends and family wherever you might be. See you soon.
We are No Dam Experts is the recorded claims from Great Falls, Montana, covering what you need to know about this amazing damn town. Damn, that felt good.